Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Sports Report. My friend Gary Patterson is here, and we're going to tell you all about sports.
Okay, sounds like a plan. Yeah.
Well, first of all, let's start off with the weather.
Yeah.
140-mile-an-hour winds, the highest wind that has ever landed on the in that particular area of Florida, the Panhandle.
Yeah, the Panhandle. Yeah.
And it's historic.
Yeah,
and
I guess it is.
It's inland. It's not losing any strength.
Yeah.
This is a brutal thing.
Yeah, that storm kind of popped up, you know.
It did. Well, we were thinking about the World Series and all kinds of stuff, and guess what happened?
Yeah.
A storm formed down there, and the Gulf is warm, the water.
Yeah.
And kabongo, there it is. And it looks like it's going to travel up into the Carolinas. Just what they were hoping for, some more rain.
They're already saturated.
Yeah.
Yeah, I talk regularly with a business associate down there. They haven't dried out yet. And so if they get whacked again, that's gonna be a problem.
We had a fellow from Norfolk who retired down there to New Bern, one of the places where it was absolutely hammered. And his house stayed dry.
Well, that's good.
Yep.
It's a good thing.
Yep. They got out of it.
Yep.
They went to other accommodations, but the house
Oh, okay.
was
And then
fine.
they came back and it was fine?
Yeah.
Well, what a relief that must be, right?
Well, it was.
You leave your house, you go to a hotel or something 100 miles away.
Yeah. Except for one thing. The hot water heater burst.
Okay, well.
And the cellar was full.
Oh, of water? Oh. Well. Yeah. Until you go downstairs, everything will look great.
God.
Yeah.
You can't laugh about stuff like that. But to think that you got over the hump
Yeah.
and, kaboom.
Yeah.
Well, we got one other major story, I think, and that was the Kavanaugh
Yeah.
appointment to the Supreme Court.
Very contentious.
Watching that was about as much fun as a do-it-yourself root canal.
Yeah. It was a terrible process, I mean, honestly.
You know, America must be the greatest country in the world to be able to withstand this kind of stuff
Yeah.
and go on from it. But
Yeah, well, there's in fairness, there's radical wings of both
no
parties.
question about it.
And the media has so much to do with this. Their bias is just
Also the entertainment media out in Hollywood.
right.
I mean, what are there, 2 Republicans in Hollywood?
Yeah,
Yeah, there's a bunch in the closet, but
right. So we'll see what happens.
we'll see.
Yeah,
That's a very safe, middle-of-the-road policy.
yeah. We'll see what happens. I mean, things are going pretty well, right? Usually the economy rules the day when it comes to elections, right? The economy's good.
Did you have the radio on the ride home tonight?
No, I don't. Well, just the sports radio. I think.
Oh, stock market went down 831 points.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Yes, that thing.
But we haven't had a correction.
Right.
A real correction.
Right.
So
yeah. So what's going to happen tomorrow, right?
we'll have a couple of more miserable days. There'll be choppy stuff, and then all of a sudden the earnings reports start coming in next week, and all of a sudden,
Yeah.
I think.
I believe that too.
Yeah.
It was, it's been actually running too hot over too sustained a period, right?
It has.
And keep the long view. Don't panic.
Yeah, this is a lot of this is panicking over interest rates of bonds.
Yeah.
And I'm not, golly, come on.
Yeah.
They were happy at 2.75 and were panicking at 3.2.
Right.
Panicking. This doesn't seem the act of rational people. But anyway, so anywho, all right. Well, we've got Boston versus Houston.
Yeah.
What can you tell me about this ball club?
About Houston?
No, Boston.
Oh, Boston. Well, I think it's going to be a good series. They really stepped up against the Yankees, right? They did. I had my doubts going in because of the bullpen matchups. I didn't have confidence in our bullpen. In game one, it looked like, yeah, there you go. We got the bullpen problems. They held on and got the win, which was terrific. They seemed like a team that was rapidly bailing water out of a lifeboat, but they made it to shore.
Well said.
Right? And then, in retrospect over the series, the bullpen did well.
Yeah, they did all right.
Right? With the exception of Kimbrel giving us all a heart attack in game 4, right? So,
boy.
But overall, they did okay.
Yeah.
And Cora, it's Cora Karma. He's pulling the strings, and the puppets are jumping.
Things seem to work.
Yeah.
And when you look at what he's done, you say to yourself, well, wait a minute now. A guy with common sense and a level head would probably do most of the things he does. Yeah.
Yeah.
He seems to get along very well with the players. He communicates with them. And when they do something wrong, he tells them.
Yeah. Baseball's a funny game, right? Managers make the right move a lot of times, and it doesn't work,
It does.
It's Brock Holton. He hits for the cycle. That's what I'm saying. It's Cora Karma. It's just Alex is on a roll.
It is.
And so he hits for a cycle. What's he do? He sits him down the next game, puts in Kinsler, RBI double.
Yeah.
Right? So he can do no wrong.
The Yankees.
Brings in Joe Kelly. He throws 2 1/3 shutout innings.
The Yankees were all upset over Benintendi's base running.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
They kept on running.
Yeah.
I really thought game 3, because overall, Mookie didn't do a lot in the series offensively.
No, he didn't.
But that spark of a play, when he took third on Benintendi's single, and Benintendi kept running and ended up at second base, and all of a sudden, instead of first, that lit the fuse, and 2 hours later, it was 16-1.
I'll tell you. Evaldi?
Yeah, terrific.
Also lit a fuse.
Yeah.
I mean, he went out there and dominated.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's got stuff. He's got a live arm, a much operated on arm.
Yeah.
But, so he's going to be a free agent.
He is a free agent at the end of the year. Yeah.
And I wonder what he's going to be faced with. Well, first of all, he's going to be faced with a lot of attention.
Yeah. He's literally got probably several $1 million at stake if he goes out and pitches another good game against Houston, even if he loses it. If he loses a 3-2 game or something, but he goes 6-7.
It's the difference between getting a $14 million contract and a $22 million contract.
That's right. Because he's got the stuff. The guy's throwing 100 miles an hour. His ball moves.
Yeah.
He seems to have a general idea and control. That's interesting there. Ron Darling was commenting that was the issue with him very early in his career, is he had this unbelievable arm, but he just couldn't locate the ball. He had no idea where it was going. But he's developed that, unlike Joe Kelly, who really hasn't developed that. He still doesn't.
And Matt Barnes has his moments too.
Right. So, Evaldi's he's an interesting guy, and he's got a lot at stake. I mean, if he gets 1 or 2 more good postseason starts, and he's like a stud, like he was the other night, hello.
Hello is right, and you're absolutely
Millions of dollars.
Yeah, and you know what? There are those that are going to roll the checkbook out for that lad.
Yeah.
But to be cautious, I'd go a 3-year contract with him, but I'm not sure I'd go too much further. Or it would be have a bunch of ifs, ands, and buts in there. Yeah,
Let me ask you an off-the-wall question.
Go ahead.
Could you ever see him as a closer?
Well, I can see David Price as a closer.
Yeah.
And I keep thinking about that all the time.
Kimbrel's a free agent.
That's right. Put Price in the bullpen.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah. Now,
I don't know about closer,
I don't know about Eovaldi. But Price, when he's pitched out of the bullpen, has pitched well.
Yes, he has.
Now, so we're singing the old song of optimism here.
Yeah.
There's one young man, however, Eduardo Rodriguez, that's not covering himself with glory.
Right.
He's having a rough time.
He is.
And boy, Cora threw him right under the bus with that failure to cover first base.
Yes, he did. Yeah, that was a bad play.
Yeah.
It was a bonehead play. That's the problem with him, right?
Yeah.
Tremendous potential. At times, when he finds it and when he has those games,
he's really something to watch.
Yeah. And you know early, you know in the first inning or the second inning.
Yeah, you got a pretty good idea what's going to come down the road.
Other games, he's in the third inning, he's thrown 60 pitches.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep. Yeah, walked 5. And
it was the beauty of Porcello, just, like 40 pitches through 4 innings.
Get the ball, throw the ball.
Strike, see ya.
Porcello had a strange year.
Yeah.
High ERA, but a good win-loss record. And when he was on, boy, he pitched some big games for them.
He was really on in Game 4.
Oh, was he ever?
He only worked 5, which I'm good with Cora. He had a plan.
Yep.
Right? And it worked. So, yeah, until Kimbrel. But honestly,
tell me something. What?
They got off the hook.
Could Cora possibly have put Sale out there for another inning?
Well, he could have, but I would have made the same exact move if I were him. I would have brought Kimbrel.
I think had he done that and Sale mowed him down in the 9th inning, he would have had one mad Kimbrel.
Right.
Because Kimbrel wants them saves.
You bet he does. All closers do.
That's right.
So, yeah.
You got no faith in me, huh? I need that save. I'm going. This is my walk.
The thing is, though, if you put Sale out there for another inning, you don't have him for Game 5.
That's right.
And it's still only it's a 3-run game against the Yankees, right? I mean, they kept him in the ballpark, but that Yankees team is flawed.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, they hit 267 home runs, and it's kind of like what I've said before about the Red Sox bullpen. They have a good regular season team because they can just bash their way to these wins. But when you get in a close series and the pitching tightens up, and
the Red Sox can generate offense,
right?
Not necessarily knocking the ball out of the park. But they can run the bases.
Their base running was extraordinary in this series.
All year.
And the Yankees can't run the bases.
Nope.
The Yankees don't steal bases. They don't have guys that can go from first to third.
Did you see?
Outside of a couple.
There was hit and run.
Yeah.
Even.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
So
the Red Sox are flawed in this regard. There's still pieces that just don't go together.
Right.
That bench is but you know what? 108 wins.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this is like
they're a team though. They really are a team.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm being like the young lady that got a 5-carat diamond ring and started crying because she had her heart set on a 6-carat ring.
Yeah.
But this has been a great year for the Red Sox.
No question.
And they have been all kinds of fun.
Getting finally win. I mean, they're going out one and done the last 2 years. This series was big to them.
Big.
I mean, they're going up against Houston.
That's it. That was my next question.
It's a toss-up. That Houston starting rotation, man, that is tough.
Best in baseball,
maybe.
Best
in baseball.
Yep.
No question.
Yep.
And better than yours, right? So.
Yep. So we're going to have to suck it up and find a way to.
Now, the Houston bullpen isn't necessarily.
No, they're not overwhelming.
No.
Good, though.
No, they're okay. We'll see. Got a hit.
Yep.
Got a hit.
Now, L.A. and Milwaukee.
I'm gonna, as I imagine you are, gonna be rooting like heck for Milwaukee.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that Milwaukee team.
Yeah. I haven't seen them all that much.
I know it.
Really. I look forward to actually watching them.
Yeah. But they've played well. They got the job done.
They got there. Then they, moved on. So
Aaron Boone.
Yeah.
Is he going to survive this, or is he going to get his walking papers?
No, he'll be back next year.
Yeah.
They won 100 games. They got beat by the better team.
Yeah.
So going down, 2 straight at Yankee Stadium with until the 9th kind of a whimper. That's not going to sit well, but he's back.
He's back. Okay.
They have some questions on their team too. J.A. Happ's a free agent, right? He could get $30 million a year.
I'd sign J.A. Happ. I've always liked him.
3 years, $90 million.
Well, I don't know.
He's like 34, right? He's old. He's older.
36.
Is he 36?
Maybe.
Yeah.
He's got. He's not a low mileage cream puff. But
3 at 25 anyway.
I agree. Yeah. A short 2-year, $50 million contract. I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like J.A. Happ. If Fenway Park may not be the best fit in the world for him.
Zach Britton's a free agent for the Yankees.
Yeah. Now
He's an interesting guy.
Britton had that split-fingered fastball 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And
unhittable.
It just couldn't do it. And he said too in an interview, he said, "I just throw the sucker as hard as I can at the middle of the plate.
Yep.
It goes its own way. I don't know where it's going."
And then he had the surgery.
Yep.
And he came back this year. So a lot of those kinds of guys are better the second year back from surgery.
Yeah. Now, he didn't necessarily have that splitter, but he had a slider.
Yeah.
That was very effective. And
he was throwing in 93, 94.
Yeah. And it worked a lot the same way as the splitter did.
And he's a lefty.
Which
we could use out there.
Absolutely. I've always liked him.
I've always liked him too.
Yeah. He's tough. And you can tell out there.
But you probably, they're not probably going to be able to sign him and Kimbrel if you want to sign Kimbrel.
Oh, I don't want to sign Kimbrel. I really don't.
So, do you want Britton as the closer?
Andrew Miller?
Andrew Miller's available. Another one. I think he's going to end up going back to Cleveland, though.
I don't like the problems he has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's getting up there, isn't he?
He's 33 or 4.
Yeah, I would think so.
Good guy.
Yeah.
Great guy in the dugout. Great teammate. So it's not as though you're getting one of these nutbags.
Right.
There's quite a few of them available. But
and there's going to be some free agents out there. But, relievers are such a scary lot. I mean, you go look at these guys, go on Baseball Reference and look at these guys that are good and go back and look at very few of them put together 2-3 really good years in a row. There's always a stinker stuck in there.
And
the year that they had the 5.25 ERA, and
if you go way back, say to the dawn of civilization, the 50s and the 60s.
Yeah.
Look at your dominant relief pitchers. There was a couple of great ones.
Yeah.
Joe Page for the Yankees. Well, Joe Page threw a palm ball.
Yeah.
Which was sort of the precursor to the changeup. He also had some kind of other squirreling pitch.
Yeah.
Roy Face, Pittsburgh Pirates.
Yeah.
I mean, fantastic. And he stuck around for a good many years.
Oh, absolutely.
And he had the forkball, which is the split-fingered fastball now.
Right.
Yeah. And they relied on that one pitch. There weren't the sore arms. There were the 103 miles an hour. By the way, Chapman. Now, he really, a couple of those pitches, he really humped them in there.
Yep.
Then there's a couple of others, he had no idea where the damn thing was going.
Yeah, he's had his ups and downs.
Yeah, I got one of those in our bullpen. I can't wait to see him go. But you're right. Now, there are some relievers that they're not in the Kimbrel, Britain
category.
But they're guys that are
right.
they're youngsters or guys that have reinvented themselves.
Right. So I don't know. I don't think that we necessarily need to do a lot. Just assume for a minute they re-sign Kimbrel.
Okay.
And it's like, okay, what do you really need to do? I don't think they need to totally rebuild the bullpen. Joe Kelly's a free agent. I think somebody's going to end up being willing, because a lot of teams are looking for relief pitchers. Somebody's going to overpay Joe Kelly, and when they do, you should let him go.
Or somebody's going to say, with that firepower, I want to make a starter back out of him and do it the right way. They didn't know what the hell they were doing in Boston.
Could be.
And, with 102 miles an hour,
right,
I'd be tempted to do the same thing if I thought I could get him under control.
So assuming Kelly goes, you'll need another righty, and you need a lefty. I mean, you really need a serious left-handed relief pitcher.
Is it Price?
Could it be Price? It could be Price.
I wonder how happy he'd be about
that. Have a $31 million middle reliever.
Well, I'll tell you what. If it bolsters the bullpen.
Yeah. And he's an emergency. He's your sixth starter.
And there's more starters out there than there are relievers.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe.
Maybe we could pull something up. Now, would he be PO'd? Would he spit and stomp and everything? I don't know. Or would he be a good teammate and say, I'm making money people dream about?
And the thing with Price is, if you're willing to eat, say, $10 million a year on what he's got left, you can trade him. There would be teams that, if David Price at $20 million a year, there would be teams very interested in talking to you about that.
That is something I really hadn't considered.
Right. But you're probably going to eat whatever he's got left for $40 million. But
so what?
They don't seem to care about that.
No.
Right?
I'd be better off doing that than paying him $120.
Right. And you're done paying Hanley, and I think you're done paying Pablo Sandoval.
Yep.
So,
somebody else too.
If you move Price, now all of a sudden you're sitting on $70, $80 million.
Now, do you go after DeGrom?
Maybe.
Don't know. I think it opens up.
Are you interested in Machado at that point to play third? Do you like Machado? I like Machado, but I don't know if I like him at, they're talking $35 million a year. I don't know that I like him at that price.
How about him in Fenway Park?
Yeah. He could hit 50.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah. He'd be another A-Rod.
So he'd be protecting J.D. Martinez. Those two guys.
And he is very good defensively. Yeah. In fact, he's better than that. I mean, he's a Gold Glover defensively.
Yeah.
Would he come here? I think he would.
Oh, I think he would.
I think he would.
I think he would too.
Yep.
But
now, if it takes Divas, if you have to trade Divas,
well, that frees him up to be traded.
Yeah.
Right.
And
for
the pitcher.
A pitcher.
Yeah.
Right.
Divas is going to be a good ball player downstream. He's going to hit 30, 35 home runs. Yeah, I mean, he's a big, strong kid.
So just so we're straight on what we just decided, we eat $10 million a year and trade Price.
Yep.
We sign Machado.
Yep.
And we trade Devers for a pitcher.
I think
I'm in.
I can see general manager written all over us.
Yeah. Yeah. By the way, you're still paying Pedroia for another 2 or 3 years.
Yeah. I'd sit him down and say, now, Dustin.
Yeah.
I love you. Love you since the day you were born.
Yeah.
All right? But you're not going to be able to play.
Right.
So, look, we owe you X. Would you take 80% of X to walk away?
Yeah.
And I think once his agent got a hold of him and said, 80% of X, what you want to show up just to cash the checks, or take 80% of X and invest it, and you're going to be way ahead.
Yeah. Well, that's a possibility.
Yeah.
And, also, is there mutual interest in him staying in the organization?
Well, that's another story.
Right.
Yeah. And he'd say, I'll move up to the front office, but you're going to pay me with, the contract. And
I wonder if he'd have any interest in managing, which would mean managing in the minors first, probably.
Right.
Even though Cora didn't.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Cora he's quite a story.
He's a natural.
Yeah.
He's a good manager.
He really is.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that he talks about, hey, I told him that was not a good play, you know?
Yeah.
And he levels with the players.
And
they
love him.
I think he's pretty darn good with the press.
They love him. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The Rays extended Kevin Cash through 2024.
Wow, 2024?
With a club option to 2025.
Wow.
He was on a 5-year, $5 million contract.
Huh.
And this is the 5th year coming up. And they were afraid that he was going to say, hey, or maybe he brought it up himself and said, you guys got an interest in me? I'll manage for you next year, but I'm going to be looking around.
Yeah.
And they said, no.
So give him a team with some resources. I mean, he's done a good job.
He's done a good job.
That team was...
And I had met him.
They won 90 games.
Yeah, I had met him down at Pawtucket when the Red Sox had him as a backup catcher.
Yeah.
Very nice guy. Very intelligent guy.
Yeah.
Well-spoken. And then another one of my favorites got fired. The Padres fired hitting coach Matt Stairs.
Matt Stairs, yes, I did see that note, yeah.
And his replacement will be the 10th hitting coach since 2004 for the Padres. They showed a lot of patience. And,
yeah. That's crazy.
We don't mind. Yeah, we'll work with you and we'll be behind you for a couple of months.
Hitting coaches are good scapegoats.
They are.
Yeah.
And nobody knows what the hell they do.
Yeah.
It's all black magic.
Right.
It's like a marketing guy,
Yeah.
Don't sell the steak, sell the sizzle.
Sell the sizzle, baby. Yeah.
Red Sox viewership for 2018 was up 24%.
Wow. That's
attracting an average of 800,000 viewers per game. Now, that is NESN locally.
Mm-hmm.
Their network.
Right.
But NESN's on cables.
All
over the country.
All over
And that doesn't, so we don't know about that.
Yeah. When we went to Miami last Christmas, NESN was on the TV.
Yeah.
You could watch the Bruins.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And I know they were big out in Minnesota. NESN, a lot of fans out there for the Bruins.
A lot of hockey fans.
And the Red Sox, the 29 to 54 age group was up 29%. That's good. The Red Sox
That's good news for them, yeah.
In all the Red Sox ratings, in all the ratings, the Red Sox were the second highest in the majors for viewership.
Huh.
Who was number one?
Who was number one?
We could be here until you name about 28 of the teams, I think.
Yeah. I'll just take a wild guess and say the Dodgers.
St. Louis Cardinals.
St. Louis Cardinals.
Yeah.
They have a very loyal fan base.
They do.
Yeah.
They do. And it goes back a gazillion years.
Generations.
Because out there in the middle of the country, they were the only thing out there.
Yeah. It's generational.
And it was
right.
and they had the battle with the Cubs.
Mm-hmm.
Quite a battle. It's always been that way.
Yeah.
Got a few subjects for you, and then we'll... oh, by the way, Red Sox in Houston.
Yeah.
Make a call.
I'm going to go with Sox in 7.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, my heart says go with the Red Sox, and my head says the Astros are a hell of a team.
They are.
Yeah.
They absolutely are. But
Red Sox are on a roll.
Yeah.
We'll see. Is right.
Both teams need to hit, but it's going to be defense is going to be important. You need to play defense in this series.
They can play defense.
Yeah.
They can run the bases.
Both teams can play defense.
They can do the little things that win ball games.
Yeah. And keep Springer under control.
Kyrie Irving.
Yeah.
Has fallen in love with Beantown.
He has.
And he's made a commitment he's going to re-sign him.
Yep.
That'll probably...
I'd like to see the signed
agreement,
which we know we're not going to get till next summer.
That'll probably last about as long as a columnist writing a miserable story about him and blowing his stack.
Yeah.
But I think it's good news.
Well, yeah. I think he's looking around and, where else is better?
Yeah. The money is...
He wants to win a championship. Yeah. The money's defined.
Yeah.
It's not even really negotiable.
That's right.
It's defined.
It's going to happen. I either get it here or I get it there.
Yeah.
But the city...
But he can get the most here.
Yeah.
The way that's structured.
The city is attractive.
Yeah. He's got a team that...
He's got a team.
Yeah, you look at the next 5-6 years, a couple championships are the
expectations. If they can afford to sign them, I'll keep them under contract.
Right. And they're supposedly negotiating with Rozier.
Yeah.
Which is interesting because my assumption all along was there ain't no way you can keep Kyrie Irving, Marcus Smart, and Terry Rozier. But apparently they're trying to figure out a way to do that.
Be interesting.
So, the most interesting rumor of all, though, is the Anthony Davis stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. Basically, I think it was Woj was saying Davis right now has two people whispering in his ear. LeBron James saying, you need to say, I want to go to L.A., and Kyrie Irving saying, you need to come to Boston because you're the final piece of the puzzle. And interesting.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Joe Thornton.
So maybe you sign Terry Rozier to include him in a package.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I hadn't thought of that.
Yeah.
All right.
Because you could sign him this year and have room to have him on this year under a new contract. And then you could trade him already signed for the next 2 or 3 years.
Sealed and delivered.
To New Orleans.
You may have blended into something there, son. Joe Thornton shaved his beard off.
Did he?
And he got hurt and he's out on the disabled list.
How old is he now?
39, I believe.
39.
Yeah. First ballot Hall of Famer.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah. Nathan McKinnon, Colorado Rockies.
Yeah.
A very anonymous superstar.
Good player. Really, really good player.
I saw him play juniors. One of the, of course, when National Hockey League Network was in its infancy, it was showing junior games.
Oh.
And he played up in New Brunswick.
Yeah.
Was
he the first pick in the draft?
Yeah.
Yeah. That year? Yeah.
I'm
very
almost positive.
Player.
Oh, yeah. And this is the year he breaks out, I think.
Yeah.
Speaking of breaking out, Austin Matthews had a rough night the other night. What did you get, 3 goals?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a player.
Toronto's got a problem,
He's a franchise player. Yeah.
William Nylander says, I don't want a breach contract.
Right.
I want what everybody else is getting.
Right.
And he pointed to Pasternak.
Did he?
He said, look at our numbers. Look at our wages. Yeah. Well, I want. Yeah. That's what I want. I want $8 million. And Toronto doesn't. They're because they get faced next year with having to re-sign a couple of guys.
As you know, they've got a tremendous front set of forwards. But their defense.
They could stand a couple of lads.
They needed to improve their defense last year was what they looked like. Yeah. And they didn't. And
the goaltending is nothing to write home about.
Right. Right.
I mean, you want a goaltender that can steal games. They can stop pucks up there, but anywho.
Goaltenders are like relief pitchers, year to year.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, goaltenders are strange. Adam Vinatieri kicked his 556th field goal last week, the most ever in the NFL.
Yeah.
What a career he's had.
Yeah.
45 years old, and he's still kicking them as long as he ever did.
How old was George Blanda? 47?
Yeah.
Kicking?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was quite the kicker, too.
Yes, he was.
Malcolm Butler admits to being disappointed in his play.
Is that right? Yeah. I'm going to see Malcolm.
He's
going with my family down there to the Patriots game, Nashville.
Uh-huh.
You can see those.
You're going to get a look at them up close.
Yeah.
The Cleveland Indians came up short.
They did.
They really and truly did. And Patrick, my son, loves the Cleveland Indians.
Yeah.
He loves Tito. And as I pointed out to him, look at the records. If Cleveland were in either the East or the West, they wouldn't have made the playoffs.
Yeah.
They couldn't have got in as a wild card. They had to get in by winning the Central. And
which is a terrible division.
Yeah.
So they have all those games against those bad teams.
Yeah.
You know?
That's like playing the Hockomock League half the time.
Right.
Man.
So, yeah, but clearly disappointing because they got players. I mean, they do have.
They do.
That kid Lindor is
a fabulous all-around player.
They've got some serious pitching.
Carrasco.
Yeah.
But
so Kluber,
Kluber is a perennial all-star.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And relief pitching, so definitely a disappointment for them because they got just shoved aside. See you later. Long.
The pieces didn't seem to fit there. The D is nothing to write home about. Lindor is good, but
So Ramirez probably, I think had a career year. I want to see if he can do it again.
Yeah. Well, we'll see.
Right?
Yeah. How did the Astros ever steal Cole away from the Pirates?
I don't know. He was there on the market for quite some time.
Yep.
I guarantee you the Red Sox had discussions with Pittsburgh. Yep. But you have to, if you want a Pittsburgh player, you got to have really good prospects.
That's right. And I guess they did get three kids from Houston, 3 or 4.
That's the Pirates model.
And that's it. Yeah.
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 Yeah. Traded McCutchen to the Yankees. Got the Yankees out of stocks. They got supposedly get some pretty good prospects from trading McCutchen.
Yep. Well, McCutchen actually went out
to
west.
San
Francisco.
San Francisco.
They got there. Yeah.
Yeah. Just the last off season, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Stephen Wright.
Yeah.
Pitches very nicely, and the knee acts up. It was an experimental surgery, the same as Dustin Pedroia.
Yeah.
I don't know what to think about that, but that's a shame.
Well, come to spring training, we'll see what you got.
And Vontaze Burfict returns to Cincinnati after a 4-game suspension. Now, what's the odds on him being suspended again? Is there an over and under on this? I say 4 games.
Yeah.
He is a loose cannon.
He always has been.
And with the new tackling rules, not that they're enforcing it so much, but they're making the players stop and think before they do things.
Yeah.
Which is actually, that's better than constantly throwing the flag. But,
I mean, in fairness, the helmet-to-helmet stuff hasn't been as bad as I thought it was going to be.
No, it hasn't.
Right.
Leading with the helmet and blocking and all that. And I think what they said is, we're going to let you play. Don't do something stupid.
I've seen a number of plays where you look at it and say, well, they could have thrown a flag under their new rule.
Yes.
They could have thrown a flag there, and they didn't.
That's right.
But overall, I think they're handling it pretty well.
I do too.
Yeah.
Yeah. The NFL has always been the best officiated game of the major 4.
Yeah.
Baseball, balls and strikes are excellent. All right? Generally speaking, baseball's pretty darn good.
Yeah.
But basketball, I swear to you, they make it up. Every single night, it's new rules. In hockey, I can't even figure out what's a penalty anymore.
I think basketball's a really tough game to officiate.
Oh, it is. You got 5 guys flying around the court.
Yeah, all the hand checking, all the bumping underneath. It's like...
It's not non-contact sport.
Yeah.
All right. Here's an interesting question for you. Harry Sinden, my old hero, Harry. I loved Harry. He's a beauty.
Yeah.
Is signing autographs for $20.
Is he?
This weekend. Now, do you want me to put you down for 3 or 4?
Where's Harry doing
Up
this?
in Methuen.
Up in Methuen.
Yeah. There's a sports card shop up there. And the guy has a show about every week at the KC Hall.
Oh.
In about once a month, he brings in, I got Bronco Horvaths up there.
Names you know.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, ex-Bruins.
Yeah.
And to get Harry, this is the first time Harry's ever done this.
Is it really?
Yeah.
So there's not a lot of Harry out there.
No, I've got quite a few Harry autographs. I see him into the games.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, in the back stairs, between the second and third period, he'd always go from the press box down to the lounge at the second floor. And just before the start of the third period, Harry would be walking up the stairs with a full drink.
Uh-huh.
And I did catch him, though, on the way down 3 or 4 times when I had pictures of him.
Interesting.
He was always willing. Very, very good. Not as friendly as Milt Schmidt was, but Uncle Milty would let me sit with him.
Nice.
So, Rand Paul said today that with the violence and the hatred in this country, with people boiling over, it's a miracle we haven't had an assassination of a major person.
Yeah.
I wonder if he's jinxing us all by saying that. But he was there the day that rep from Louisiana was shot at the make-up baseball game.
Mm-hmm.
The
police.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah.
I'm betwixt and between with Rand Paul saying something like that. That's the kind of thing that if there's a nutbag out there, you've just pushed his trigger.
Right.
But if you don't say something,
right,
then there's us cooling this hatred that's going on.
Yeah, it's going to be it's a difficult one to figure out what to do about, right? Because I don't think he's necessarily lying. This country is trending to violence, be it street violence or whatever. And it's not that we haven't seen it before. And, you lived through the 60s.
Sure did.
Cities went up in flames in the 60s.
They did. Watts.
Yeah.
Chicago.
Yeah.
And I'm afraid of that happening again.
Yeah.
We don't need a spark. Now, out in St. Louis, Foster, I think it was, Foster, Missouri. Remember 2 or 3 summers ago when the cops shot a guy?
Oh, yeah.
And they were right on the edge of blowing that city up.
Right.
Somehow or other they got through it and calmed everything back down. Now, we've just got through a summer. Pretty calm.
Long, hot summer. Yeah.
I don't know. I got another question for you. Football turnovers.
Yeah.
Since 2001.
Yeah.
What team leads in plus minus?
The Patriots I think by a pretty healthy margin.
Twice over the next team.
Twice over the next team. Yeah.
The Patriots in those 17 or 18 years of Brady are plus 179.
Plus 179.
The next team is plus 88.
There you go.
And the next 2 teams after that are plus 73. They're tied.
Wow.
Get any idea who these teams are? Because it doesn't really make sense. I think one of the teams does make sense, but I'm not sure the rest of them do.
I'd say maybe Pittsburgh.
No. Green Bay.
Green Bay, okay.
Plus 88.
Yeah.
Kansas City, plus 73.
Huh.
Seattle, plus 73. Kansas City and Seattle have both had strong defenses.
Yeah, they have.
During some of that period in time.
Yeah.
And I think that's what this is all about. But this didn't happen by accident.
No.
He must drill the hell out of them on this.
It's huge.
Yeah, yeah. Don't leave the ball on the ground.
And special teams. I mean, nobody puts more emphasis on special teams than Bill Belichick.
I have a mini editorial, but I'll leave it. Tommy McDonald, at the age of 84, passed away. Huh. Remember him? Number 25 for the Philadelphia Eagles, played without a face mask, wide receiver.
How old?
84.
Huh. Well, God bless him.
Yep. He's in the Football Hall of Fame. 5'9", 175 pounds. He was a running back out of Oklahoma. And they changed him over to wide receiver because he was going to get killed on the pros.
Yeah.
He was quite a guy. This is an interesting story. Angel Hernandez.
Yeah, he's had a rough week.
He has, but you know what? I mean, the story behind the story is everybody knows he's the worst umpire in baseball.
That's correct.
But
he filed
21 years ago, they had to get a couple of black guys in as umpires. And this was it. You know, I guess Angel's not a bad guy.
Yeah. He's not a good umpire, though.
He's a horrible umpire.
Yeah. I mean, when I saw him behind the plate last night, and there were a number of pitches that, I don't know if you remember the pitch, maybe in the third one, Porcello threw this changeup to, I forget who the batter was, left-handed hitter.
Yeah, and it was outside.
It was a strike.
Yeah, I mean it wasn't
Porcello
even
started
close.
walking off.
Yeah,
I mean, and he called it a ball.
Yeah,
and it's like,
and you know,
are you kidding me?
He was awful at first base.
Oh, 3 out of 4.
3 out of 4 turned over.
And honestly, I thought the fourth one could have been turned over. Yeah. It went against the Red Sox. Okay.
Yeah.
It was really
close.
You know, it was in the glove, but it hadn't touched the leather, as they say.
You know.
But that one could have been turned over.
Of course it could have.
You know, most of them are bang bang.
Yeah. But still.
How embarrassing for him, though, as an umpire.
Well,
you get challenged 4 times, and 3 times it gets overturned.
What does Major League Baseball do about this? Does the president of the Major Leagues, does he grow a backbone?
Yeah.
Rob Manfred? And do something like firing them? They can't fire him probably because of the union.
But I've read the same thing you have, which it's well known through baseball circles. This guy's the worst. And yet you've got him doing playoff games.
Now, there's
because it's politically
couple
correct.
of black umpires. CJ something or other.
Yeah.
Now, he's not the best umpire in the league.
Right.
But he's a hell of a nice guy and everybody likes him. And he gets most of them right, you know?
Right.
But Angel is just, how much longer can you put him out there? You know what? If you had a bozo working for you that was making mistakes every day,
yeah,
at some point in time you have to say to yourself,
right,
send you back for retraining, get your act together, I'll give you the old 3 magic warnings. And
so there's obviously some level of political correctness here, right? So
yeah, it is. That's exactly what it's all about. And
but you also have, here's the game. He got challenged 4 times. He was wrong.
That's right.
3 out of the 4.
At some point in time, don't you say to him, all right, look, I know you'd like to stay for 30 years for your full pension. I'll give you the full pension.
Yeah.
See you later. Just don't bitch about it. Go.
I doubt if that's unprecedented.
I don't think it is.
Right.
Montreal Canadiens had a great policy. When they came to you and said, Gary, the legs are gone.
Mm-hmm.
You're 33 years old. I got kids coming, you know? So here's the deal. Retire now. This is during the summer. Retire now. We'll pay you for the whole next year.
Yeah.
I think that was a pretty decent deal.
Yeah.
All right, so here we are. I got a great quiz for you.
Oh, boy.
Rick Porcello, 4 years. He's through 19.
Through 19.
Yep. So now we're going to go back to 1938.
Mm-hmm.
There were 8 teams in each league. I'll make this easy. I'll tell you the teams. You tell me the name of the ballpark they played in.
Okay.
Cincinnati Reds.
Oh, God. Oh, man. You're killing me here. I don't know.
Crosley Field.
Mm-hmm.
Pittsburgh Pirates.
I was in this park as a child.
Yep.
Forbes Field.
Forbes Field. Chicago Cubs.
Wrigley.
Philadelphia Phillies. This one people don't get.
No, I'm not going to get this
Baker Bowl.
Baker never would have gotten
It was
that.
a very small park. St. Louis Cardinals.
Hmm.
And the St. Louis Browns both played in Sportsman's Park.
Sportsman's Park, that does ring a bell.
The Brooklyn Dodgers.
Ebbets Field.
The New York Giants.
I don't know.
Polo Grounds.
Oh, they all Polo Grounds.
Boston Braves. Braves Field.
Braves Field. It'd be,
Detroit. In the American League, Detroit Tigers.
Tiger Stadium.
Briggs Stadium
Briggs
before
Stadium,
that.
Yes.
Chicago White Sox.
I don't know if
Named
it was
after
Comiskey
the
Park.
owner, Charlie
Comiskey?
Comiskey.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Comiskey. Yeah.
Cleveland Indians.
I don't know.
Municipal Stadium. 84,000, I think,
Wow.
was a huge place. They had it about 1/10 filled most of the time. Washington Senators. Clark Griffith was the owner. Griffith Stadium.
Griffith Stadium.
Boston Red Sox.
Yeah.
Yeah. New York Yankees.
Yeah.
Philadelphia A's.
Oh, I know this one. I have to
Scheid Park.
Scheid Park. Yes. Scheid Park.
So, the Patriots. We might as well give them 10 seconds.
That's about it.
They are, we didn't do our football thing. I've got it with me.
Oh.
We'll have to do it.
Off the air.
Yeah. By the way, we can spend a moment or two. I can spend a moment or two weeping here. You are 14 wins, 16 losses, 2 ties.
Okay.
13 wins, 17 losses, 2 ties.
Huh. Okay.
On my own, I played week 3 by myself.
Yes.
3-12.
3-12.
And on week 5, I played that one by myself. I was 7-7.
Oh, you're trending up.
We've been terrible.
Yes, you're trending up though.
So we'll have to do this off the air.
Okay.
So we must be just about out of time.
I think we are.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you so much for tuning in. And here's a promise. 2 weeks from now, we'll do it all over again.
Sure.
All right. Have a good night.